Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth. It's good to have you. Please consider subscribing and turning on your post notification bell if you're a crafter or just like crafting videos. My goal is to grow to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, that's 2022. So please help me to achieve my goal so that I can continue to bring you more crafting videos. Today I'm going to be showing you how I use these retractable gel pens to create these personalized pen wraps. They make adorable gifts and stop anyone from pinching your pen if you add a name to it. I will be using Creative Fabrica for my artwork today, and I will link a video here explaining the benefits of Creative Fabrica. Please use my affiliate link if you are interested. It is at no extra cost to you. So if you would like to see how I create these pen wraps, stay tuned. Okay, so to create the pen wraps, you obviously need your pens. So I got this set from Amazon. And these are pastel black ink gel pens, and I just love the pastel colors. I think they're really cute. I'm also using this glossy white photo paper, which I can use in my inkjet printer. I'm going to be using my HP MV 6400 series. You're going to need some gloves. I'm going to be doubling up on this because anytime I use resin, I just double up on the gloves just to be safe. And speaking of safety as well, you're going to need a chemical mask. When you are doing any type of resin project, you should wear a chemical mask. This is a respirator, also from Amazon, and make sure you're in a well ventilated space. Because I'm shooting the video, I will not be wearing this because I'm going to sound like Darth Vader, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear me sound like Darth Vader. So I won't be wearing this, but I'm going to be in a well ventilated space. I'm going to open all the windows. So you'll also need some UV resin. This is quick setting resin. It just means you don't have to wait for days and days and days. So you're going to need your UV resin, and you're also going to need a lamp. I use this for my nails, but I'm going to be using it to cure the resin. And this apparently takes about 2 to 3 minutes to cure and harden. You also need a file just for any tidying up of the resin. If you kind of put too much on, then you can file a little bit of this resin when it's hardened off. And I'm also going to be using this Rust-Oleum crystal clear protective coat to seal my image when I print it out, just so that my ink on my sticker paper doesn't react and start to get all smudgy when I apply my resin. I think that is everything. Oh yes, and I'm going to be using a straw with this, but I will show you that when I actually start. So that's everything. Let's create. So in Creative Fabrica, I just type in pen wrap into the search bar, and we have different designs. There's Christmas ones, there's ones for teachers, like this pencil one, which is really nice. And when I see one I like, I just download it and I bring it into Adobe Illustrator, where I can resize it or add a name or a nice sentiment to it. So now that the images that I'm going to be using are in, I need to resize it because I have measured my pens and they are a different size to what the image is. So I'm just here resizing them so that I can wrap this quite neatly around my pen. To help me cut out around the image, I'm just going to put a stroke around the image by drawing a box around it and giving it a color, just so that I can see the boundaries of the image a little bit easier and can help me with cutting out the image. My pen wrap is now resized and it has a nice border around it. I've decided to add a name. I will be changing the color, the size, the font style and the orientation so it fits on my pen wrap really nicely. My pen wrap is now ready for printing. I need to make sure I select the right printer, which is the HP Envy, and then I'm going to go into print setup and choose my paper type, which is the specialty paper glossy, and I'm picking the quality as normal. That has worked out fine for me before, so I'm leaving it as normal for the quality, and then I press print. So for my pen wrap, I'm going to be using this glossy white photo paper, which you can use in your inkjet and laser printers. So I'm going to be using this. When it comes, you will see that it has a glossy side and it also has a matte side. For my printer, I'm going to be putting my glossy side down. You need to check the way that your paper is fed through your printer in order to print on the correct side, but I put my paper in my HP Envy face down. The print has come out really nice and vibrant. You can choose to do it on best quality, but I'm fine with normal print. So here's the image here. I sprayed the Rust-Oleum sealer on it. I waited 30 minutes and then I did a second coat. So I'm just going to cut around this image now. The border I added in Illustrator made it really easy for me to cut around the pen wraps. These pens unscrew on the top, so I'm just going to unscrew them and remove the ink cartridges. I'm ready to wrap my pen now with my image, so I'm just pulling off the backing sheet of my sticker paper and placing that down on the table. My pen has a tapered end, so I need to make sure that I don't wrap my pen on that tapered end so it doesn't cause any issues. I roll the pen on the table so that it is nice and snug, so my image is nice and snug around my pen. So we have this clip on my pen and I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to cut it off yet. When I add my resin, if it becomes an issue because of the thickness of the resin, I will remove that clip. But for now, it doesn't seem to be causing an issue. I've got enough space around the pen to be able to maneuver it. The image is now tight and secure around the pen. And now it's time to add some resin. The first thing I do is put on my gloves. I'm doubling up, safety first. And then I'm using the wooden dowel and I just put it inside the pen to give me something to hold while I put the resin on the pen and while I put the pen under the lamp. So this wooden dowel is quite good because it is a square dowel, so it helps me with rotating. So I'm just putting a thin layer of resin and paying particular attention to the edges to make sure that I seal those edges in. You want to make sure to put enough on the seam, so where the wrap joins, you want to pay particular attention to that seam. So you want to make sure it's all nice and smooth and there are no bubbles, and you pay attention to the seam and around the edges of the wrap as well. So now I'm going to put it into the light to cure it and harden it, and on the bottle of the resin it says 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm just going to err on the side of caution, and I'm going to do 4 minutes and then rotate it. And the nice thing about this dowel is that I'll know where to rotate because it's a square dowel. So I'm just going to turn it on and cure it. So we are done. I did 3 minutes on each side, and you might be wondering what I mean by each side because this is cylindrical. The good thing about using a square dowel is that I was able to turn it 4 times, so I did 3 minutes on each side. I also forgot to mention that you may need a silicone mat just to protect your surface from the resin. So I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the video. But our resin is now cured, and now I can remove the dowel and my gloves, and then put my pen back together. So my spring for my pen is still in there. I'm just feeling the top here. I may need to just give it a quick little file. And then put the pen back in. And this clip here for your pen doesn't actually cause an issue as far as the thickness of the epoxy. So that is it done. Okay, so here are the pens. Here's the one I did off camera, and here is the one I've just done. And the pen wraps and resin is just a nice way of personalizing and making quite a plain looking pen look really pretty. And you can get all different kinds of wraps from Creative Fabrica just to make your pens look really nice. And that's it. That's how I do a pen wrap and add some resin. So if you found this video useful or interesting, please like and subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and turn on the post notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. And as always guys, don't have a good day, have an amazing day. Till next time, bye!